Tell you about the time that this hoe tried to steal my mans while we were shopping at Victoria's Secret. This little situation, I want to say, happened when I was 16, so 3 years ago. The story starts off with me and my boyfriend's name is Dylan, by the way, starts off with me and him going to the mall. Oh shit. Got there, walked by Victoria's Secret. Actually, this takes place in the pink side of Victoria's Secret. But yeah, I saw that they were having a sale on their underwear. Like, I think it was like 5 for $25 back then. It's like 5 for $40 now or some shit. But yeah, we went in there because I needed some new underwear, so yeah. So I was just picking out my 5 for $25 or whatever. You know how dudes are, they're always helping you, you know, pick out the colors and shit. Like, you know, they like picking them out. Everything was good, everything was normal. The worker was helping me out. She had her little cute little iPad, like we were chilling. Picking them out, like this one's ugly. This one's cute. This one says something really cringy. I'm telling you, they had the days of the week underwear, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday type shit. Thursday, Friday type shit. Saturday, Sunday type underwear, okay? Fuck do I look like to you, 12? Should I had my ass in the Victoria's Secret side? Like, maybe I wanted a sexy thong or something. Sorry, I've been stalling, guys, but this is the part where it's about to get juicy. Okay, so the hoe that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, we're gonna give her a fake name. So we're gonna name this bitch fucking Lindsay. Sorry if your name's Lindsay, by the way. For context, Lindsay and my boyfriend used to be friends. She was basically obsessed with them. It was the whole thing. Like, she asked him to homecoming. He said no because he didn't like her. Basically obsessed with my mans. Still, and we had been dating at this point for like well over 6 months. Like, she knew we were dating. Real quick so you can picture it, me and my boyfriend had our backs turned to the entrance. So the entrance was like right behind us. We were still looking at the underwear. Yeah. Okay, this is what happens. Bitch ass Lindsay literally comes up. I didn't even see her do this at this point. And I see her just on my mans, physically on my man. This hoe dead ass runs up and hug jumps. Like, jumps and like hugs him, like one of those hugs. This girl like can't be serious. Like, doesn't everyone know that that's like a relationship hug for like a boyfriend and girlfriend? Like, you don't do that, especially when someone's taken. Now you're probably like, oh, Emily, what did you do? Because what would anyone do in this situation when some girl is like manhandling your boyfriend in Victoria's Secret while you're picking out underwear, like mid underwear shop? Girl, take a hint. Not to mention she had a friend with her, just like standing there like, what the fuck? And also the pink worker was like, what the fuck? And my boyfriend was just standing there while she was hugging her like this, like really arms like this, like not accepting the hug. Why would he? Well, I ended up taking out my hoops, like hold my hoops, and I started fighting this bitch. I'm kidding. I kept it classy. I didn't do shit. So like hugging him, like, oh my god, I haven't seen you in forever, like I miss you. I was just shocked. Like, I did not know what to do. I was frozen. Jump scare. It's like if you went to the mall, saw one of your guy friends and his girlfriend literally at Victoria's Secret doing their thing, and you just run up and jump hug him. Like, who does that? Like, girl, you knew better. You really did. Hold on, my lashes look so good right now. Yeah, nothing really happened. Like, after they hugged, he was like, hi, and they just left. Literally so awkward. Moral of the story, don't be like Lindsay. Just don't. It's always the blonde bitches. But if for some reason this goes mega viral and she sees this, girl, no hard feelings, but like, what were you thinking? I'm going to the fair with my mans after this. The same mans. We're still together after over 4.5 years, so you can't have them, Lindsay. You still can't have them. Ooh, finally done getting ready. But yeah, that was the story, guys. So just kidding, I literally forgot my lips. Okay, bye guys.
I literally feel like I'm gonna perish into thin air right now. I'm literally so sick and I actually feel terrible, but I have things to say to y'all. Things to share per se. Around a year ago, I lost my AirPods and it sucked so much because I literally used them every day for school, but my parents were so mad at me for losing them that they did not want to buy me another pair at all. So like a year goes by, I'm AirPodless. And for y'all that have headphones that y'all take to school every day, y'all know how much it sucks the one day that y'all don't bring them. That was like me, but for every day after I lost them. So fast forward to the school year, And my boyfriend texts me and he's like, hey, like, your best friend's twin brother came up to me in the hallway and was like, I think I have either yours or Vanessa's AirPods. So right off the bat, I was just thinking, like, there's no way they're mine because I literally lost mine like a year ago. So I meet up with him in the hallway. So then he hands me the AirPods and I open them next to my phone and it pops up saying Vanessa's AirPods. Like, those are mine that I lost a year ago. So what had happened to my AirPods was I left them in their family's car. And I guess he was the one that found them there. And he literally just kept them as his own. Like, he just kept them. I thought it was pretty funny because it was just, like, random. Like, this boy. I can't believe him. Anyways, I have things to unbox. So I'm going to make a haul on all the stuff that I ordered. And then I'm going to post it a little after this video.
I'm literally having like the worst day out of every person on this app. It's like my 3/4 birthday today, so I was supposed to be getting a new car. Please tell me why my dad showed up to my house with a 2022 Tesla. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate Teslas. I just hate the fact that it's a year old, like 2023 or nothing, Dad. To make matters even worse, the interior is off-white. I just wanted plain white. It's just really upsetting because it's not his 3/4 birthday, it's mine, and he's only taking his own feelings into consideration. Also really annoyed because me and my siblings normally get 750 grand to spend on our 3/4 birthday because that's $750,000, and he's only giving me 700 grand this year. And I guess that could be worse, but I already knew what I wanted, so it's just disappointing to like take my money. I haven't even got into how mad I am about my trust fund issues, which I'll tell you guys that in a sec. I need a little energy before I get into that story because it's so annoying. It always takes a little energy boost to deal with my family, but go to part 2 to hear about my trust fund.
Story time on how I got stuck on the water slide on the cruise. Go on this water slide, you have to weigh a bare minimum of 120 pounds. First day that I tried to go on the water slide, he weighed me and I only weighed 119.6 pounds. And he told me to go eat a sandwich and come back and I could try again. And I literally went and ate a sandwich and tried again, except for I still did not make the requirement. Next day, as I was walking past the water slide, I asked if I could try again, and for some reason, I magically hit 120 pounds. It was one of those water slides where the floor drops out from underneath you and you just free fall. I go on the slide and I have just enough weight to make it to the top ridge of the first loop, but I have to scoot my butt over it to make it down. On the second loop, I did not make it. I didn't have enough weight, so I went up and then I went down backwards. But when I went backwards, I went right past the door. So I was under the assumption that I got stuck in the only part of the water slide where there was no escape. I start panicking. I sit up in the tube. It's humid. It's hard to breathe in there. Water's rushing. Water's in my contacts. I'm trying to see. I realize that I'm in the clear part of the tube. So I look down. I'm on the part of the tube that hangs off the ship. Hundreds of feet down below is the ocean. And I'm like, don't look that way. So I look up at the guy who sent me down and I'm like, hey, I like clear the fog off the tube and I'm like, bang, and I'm like, how do I get out of here? I'm freaking out because in front of me is an upward hike on the water slide. I'm in a loop, okay, and I'm at the bottom of the loop. In my mind, it's up and up. I don't know how I'm supposed to get out. Well, he's pointing this way. He's like, go that way. So I moved this way into the water slide, which is like pitch black because it was dark and covered. And that is when I found the escape door. And the guy opened it up and he let me out. Gets me out and he was like, are you okay? And I literally look at him and I was like, that was not fun. And then I just left. And I'm a little bit of an adrenaline junkie, but that was horrifying.
Hey guys, get ready with me for bed while I do the long-awaited drama story time because that's all I see in my comments. Okay, so here's some background info. I've been in the same like school since kindergarten, so like everyone at my school I've basically known since kindergarten. So when I left 5th grade and went up to 6th grade, I had this friend group of 5 people, like really simple, just 5 people in the friend group, and we sat at lunch together the first day of school. It was like really simple and basic. Then the second week of school comes and like there's like this school group chat, and basically like they all said they were gonna sit out lunch together, so I sat with them, and basically there was already drama going on in my current friend group, so I just like dropped them basically and was like, I'm not sitting with y'all anymore. Okay, a little disclaimer, I didn't like actually like drop them like that. Like we were all in different stages of life, you know, like we just weren't like a cohesive friend group anymore. So basically, this group chat, it was like a 12 people. We were all sitting together at lunch. I know, a 12-person friend group, bad decision, but was doing it anyway. Okay, basically, we were always in drama. Like, we was always in drama. It was really toxic. But, like, at the same time, we were, like, really good friends. So, no, like, we ignored all the red flags. Okay, and then, like, a month into school, 3 months, something like that, boyfriends came in. So, I think I was the first to have a boyfriend, I think. Basically, this boyfriend, like, we've known each other since, like, literally kindergarten. We had, like, basically always liked each other. Like, we were like actually pretty serious. We went on like good 7 dates and stuff, and we were getting like very serious. And then he asked me out, and then like I told my friends. Bad decision. Shouldn't have told them. Should have kept it a secret. Basically, I shouldn't have told them because after they started telling him rumors and stuff, and then he broke up with me, or it was more like mutual, cause like yeah, he broke up with me basically. Okay, and then my best friend got a boyfriend, and he cheated on her. Let's say that. Okay, but then like skip 5 months forward, the same friend gets a new boyfriend, and after they break up, he starts talking with me, and that caused a bunch of drama. Okay, but I don't see what the big deal was because it was a failed talking stage, nothing big. Okay, and then here comes my second relationship at school, and my friend broke us up again. Basically, him and my friend were dating. They were dating for like 2 weeks, and then they broke up, and the next day after he asked me out, we lasted a good 4 days because my friend group broke us up again. I know it's kind of toxic because we were talking while they were dating, but it's fine. That's it for part 1. Part 2 will be coming very, very soon on why we don't do drama. Okay, that's it. Bye, guys.
My school pictures were always fucking tragic, like real bad. I have been a full-time glasses wearer since I was a toddler, so obviously I had my glasses on for my kindergarten picture. And you know when you get school pictures done, they like tell you how to pose? Well, they really fucking dropped the ball when it came to my picture. I was 5 years old. That is not on me. Because why the fuck did the photographer see that and be like, yep, her parents want to pay for that photo? But every year after that, my mom had zero faith in me on picture day. Like, I vividly remember her putting a note for my teacher in my backpack saying, please make sure Lindsay pushes her glasses up for the photo. In my 10th grade picture, it's not that it's a bad picture, it's just that I look like a southern meemaw that wrote cookbooks full of unseasoned casserole recipes. I could hang that picture in a Cracker Barrel and it would not look out of place. Last but not least, you know I had to go out with a bang. Thick brow day, holy shit. Well, speaking of brows, take a gander at my senior photo. Knowing that photo permanently exists in large print in the yearbook is really fucking humbling. And I had the most fucking basic, boring senior quote ever. I was late turning all my shit in and they texted me like, you need to tell us a quote now or you're not gonna be in the yearbook. So I just googled inspirational quotes and did the first one that seemed remotely profound. The good news is I'm sure no one has bothered to read my quote because they're too busy laughing at my fucking eyebrows!
Story time of my parents finding my diary. I'm 22 and I grew up with really strict parents. In the 9th grade, I had a diary where I would just write about my day, including my boy crushes. And then one day I couldn't find my diary. You know, I figured I just like misplaced it somewhere, like it's fine, I'll find it. And then a few days later, my dad calls me out and he's literally standing there holding my diary. So he actually decided to read through it and he read an entry where I talked about how I walked by my boy crush and we said hi to each other. Let's just say he beat the shit out of me that day. He literally thought that because I said hi to my crush that I was sleeping with him. Anyways, they threatened to send me to boarding school. They grounded me for a month. Thank God they didn't actually send me away. But yeah, I got in trouble, was grounded for a month. Continued going to school, but let's just say I no longer write in a diary anymore. Guys, this story hit so deep for me because literally when I was 8 years old, I had this Barbie laptop, which it wasn't an actual laptop. You could just play games on it. And one was write a love letter. So in my little Barbie laptop, I would write love letters to this character on Animal Crossing. He was a squirrel. His name was Agent S. I just had the biggest crush on him. I was like, I want to get married. I want to have your kid. Anyway, so this Barbie laptop generated like a love letter. So I copied that love letter down. I just wrote it on a piece of paper for some reason. My dad found that piece of paper. And when I explained to him that it was about a squirrel and whatever, blah, 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 I got in so much trouble. And that piece of paper was never thrown away. I think it got behind the couch or whatever. And then one day, a few years later, when I was like 12 years old, my dad found it again. The same paper from before. And he got mad again. And I was like, I already got in trouble for this. But I got in trouble again because it reminded him of how mad he was. And he was so annoyed seeing it. So I got in trouble for something I did 4 years ago. Anyways, hearing that story was so relatable. I was like, I mean, hers was probably much worse because it was actually a real person. So I'm sorry for you, girl. And let me know down in the comments if you've experienced something similar to this before. And if you have a crazy story that you want to share, send it to me on Instagram.
My boyfriend and I were dating for almost 3 years before he actually met my family. And I'm gonna tell you guys why and how I kept it hidden for so long. Okay, background, which honestly tells you everything you need to know about why I had to keep this man hidden. I come from a family of strict immigrants. I'm an immigrant myself, and I wasn't raised by my parents. I was raised by my aunt and my uncle, so they were always just like super overprotective and strict with me, especially. So we started dating when I was 16. It was November 2017, and he was like my first serious boyfriend. I've had like boyfriends before, but it was nothing serious, nothing I really needed to like worry about. And my first boyfriend I ever had was in 6th grade, and I remember I got caught, and my family like freaked out. They were like, you can't have a boyfriend, blah 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 blah. And that was literally like ingrained in me. So I genuinely believe that if they found out about him, they would make me break up with him, and I was just not mentally prepared to handle that heartbreak. We literally never saw each other on the weekends. We only hung out every day after school, which was so convenient for me because my aunt and my uncle didn't work weekends, but they worked all like the weekdays. And honestly, by like 2019, my aunt started suspecting I had a boyfriend because when we had like formal events at our high school, she'd obviously want to like see the pictures, and he would be my date, and she'd be like, and I'd be like, And I was like a nerd in high school, so when I needed to hang out with him, I always had an excuse. It's always, I have a meeting, I have work, I have this club meeting, and they always like trusted me. And like obviously I felt like really guilty about that because they trusted me. But then 2020, we graduated high school, and he got to spend the first semester of college like actually on campus, but I couldn't because my school like closed down for that first semester. Then October 2020 came, and he came down to see me one weekend, and that same weekend my cousin, who's my aunt's daughter, was having like a wine night at our house, so like my whole family was over. So that day I snuck out to go hang out with him. We just spent the day in Boston, but it was just like getting to be too much. Like I was keeping the secret for almost 3 years now. Like I just couldn't do it anymore, and God had my back that night. Okay, so I remember the cousin who was throwing the wine night. Well, she had a boyfriend too, but she's like significantly older than me, and she didn't tell anyone, and she's my aunt's daughter. And so my aunt like suspected it, and she was just like, okay, well, if anyone else in this house has a secret boyfriend and not tell me about, this is your time to come through. I think she was just like subbing me. I was like, okay, I have a boyfriend, and the whole house was like, and my cousins who all knew about it was like she's doing it. I swear to God, you could hear my heart beating from across the room. I'm not even kidding. And she goes, is it the white boy? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, he's actually home for the weekend. And he's like, tell him to come down here right now. We need to meet him. And I'm like, okay. I call my boyfriend up. He's half asleep. Haitian parties run late. And I'm like, my family wants to meet you. You like get down here right now. This man shows up, flip-flops on, hair all over the place, comes down to meet my family because my aunt's like, your uncle needs to meet him. I ended up loving him, and now fast forward to today, he dances compa in our living room. He's eating legume at dinner, and my mom literally always asks for him. So it was all worth it in the end.